An 18-year-old undocumented migrant from El Salvador has been arrested in Mendota for murdering a man and dismembering his body. Fresno County Sheriff's deputies say the teen, who has not been named because he was 17 at the time of the alleged killing, dismembered 25-year-old Fraley Hernandez back on January 17th. Deputies found Hernandez inside a car in the middle of an orchard near Belmont and Washoe Avenues in Mendota. Officials say Hernandez knew the suspect.
Very brutal type judgments continue to go out. All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you brothers, and shalom to the elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And now jumping into this article here, reading this headline again, it says, illegal alien from El Salvador arrested for murdering man, dismembering his body. Okay. And see, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is stirring up the pot. Okay. And what I mean is, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is stirring up that hatred, that fear and hatred for the northern kingdom. Okay, because remember, all right, what's going on right now, you have an invasion of America, right? And I've been keeping up with that because through the spirit, you know, it's all been set up first and foremost, but it's going to lead to all hell breaking loose. Okay, because you have an influx of disguised refugees and migrants, which are actually soldiers, all right, from these other nations that are entering into America's borders, all right? And on top of that, you have, criminals and gang leaders that are pretty much setting up shop over here, California, Texas, New York. They're scattered all throughout America, all right? Just to make this point, this is from Collapse News. It says, illegal immigrants are throwing away their military IDs before entering America, says Border Hawks Dan Lyman. All right. See, these are soldiers that are coming over, these sleeper cells, as I discussed in previous lessons. Right. So just real quick, it says immigrants are allegedly throwing away documents that could identify them as members of foreign militaries before they get to the border and cross into the United States. It says this is according to political commentators Brianna Morello and Dan Lyman, who spoke about it during an episode of the former's Brianna Morello show, and discussed how the administration of President Joe Biden is not doing anything to resolve the out of control border crisis. All right. It says Morello said men of military age have been flooding into America illegally, and Biden and the Biden regime isn't bothered by it at all because it's all set up. All right, they're paying these people, they're giving them debit and credit cards, they're getting stipends. All right, they're getting free housing. It says she cited multiple reports from independent journalists indicating how individuals have gotten hold of IDs that are tossed out before migrants reach the border. All right. It says, according to Morello, one report found that a woman's military ID from Bolivia was thrown away and discovered near the border. The illegals are doing this to make sure they don't have documents to hand over when they get to the border, right? To basically to keep them in disguise, right? And like I said, just going back to this situation here, see, this is what has these Edomites, riling up. All right. They clearly see that there's an invasion going on, man. And this is why they're ready to take up arms. This is why they're ready to fight back. And like I said, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's stirring up the pot. He's stirring up that fear and hatred for the northern kingdom, man. All right. Because Esau's ready to come down with the sword against all the tribes. So right now, we're in a time of pretty much, the northern kingdom, the so-called Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos being persecuted, man. All right, this is all going to tie into that, because remember, this is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and we've been seeing a lot of crimes go down, in this manner by these so-called illegal aliens. All right, remember you had a plethora of gang leaders and criminals that were brought over to the land, right? This is from AmericasFirstReport.com. It says, confirmed Mexican cartels are now inside the U.S. forming gangs and sniper nests to take out Americans, you see? All right, so the Lord is really about to use this thing to turn up that fear and hatred against the Northern Kingdom, all right? But going back to the point before I read this article, all right, a lot of these so-called illegals, as Esau would say, all right, these migrants and refugees are being brought in purposely, and they're being funded as well. Let me go back to that video here.
Nobody is going to be deported. There will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration. Period.
Biden's invasion, man. You see it. All right, so, man, it's getting ready to go down. All right, you can see it. Everything has been set up for this time, man. Okay, I just want to read a little bit of this. It says, confirmed Mexican cartels are now inside the U.S. forming gangs and sniper nests to take out Americans. It says, America's southern border is already a war zone, according to the eyes on the ground. And this is a direct result in many decades worth of open border policies that have reached a pinnacle under fake President Joe Biden, who has left the southern border basically wide open for anyone to enter. And it's all being set up, as I brought forth in previous lessons, man. All right. Biden is flying these people into the country. They're being funded. And all of this is being done for a bigger purpose, which is to bring, the society down, to bring down America, to bring out civil war. So there's all types of shit, going down at the borders, things of that nature. You got, foreign troops entering into the land, all of that. You see? So let's grab some scriptures, right? Just to make a point. All right, this is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 39 and verse 28. And it reads, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, right? So the Lord has, these particular, gang leaders, migrants, whatever the case may be, to bring forth judgment, as we saw at the beginning. This so-called illegal alien murdered a man and dismembered his body. You see? And there's going to be more crimes and situations like this happening as we can continue to go on, man, because we're in a time of very serious judgment, man. All right. So the Lord is about to use these gang leaders, these criminals or whatnot, to turn shit up, which is going to turn Esau up. Okay. So you already see this shit getting ready to hit the fan if you in the spirit. All right. It's all about to go down. So going back, it says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. We're in the time of the Lord's vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction, man. So we're in a time of judgment, vengeance. A lot of death is getting ready to go down, as we see. All right, we just came through this, so-called this eclipse or whatnot. People are bugging out, losing their minds. All right, so expect this thing to really turn up, as I said. Right? Making another point. This came out about 7 hours ago. It says Border Patrol agents continuing to apprehend violent criminals and gang members. All right. They're flooding the borders. They're already in the land, as we read here in this article. All right. Forming gangs and sniper nests to take out Americans, man. This is judgment. All right. Foreign soldiers, all types of shit going on, man. All right. So it says Border Patrol agents are continuing to apprehend violent criminals and gang members who are nearly all military age foreign nationals who entered the country illegally. In the past month, highlighted arrests of foreign nationals entering the country are some of the most violent criminals, including known gang members coming from Colombia, Ecuador, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, Venezuela. Border Patrol Chief Jason Owen notes, all right? And this is all dealing with the Northern Kingdom, man. You see? So like I said, all right, the narrative now is being focused on the Northern Kingdom. You so-called, Mexicans, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, okay? Now everything is being directed towards you. And this is how they're going to tie the Northern Kingdom into this thing, man. Esau is ready to wage war. Right? Like I said, the Lord is stirring up that fear and hatred now, because you already know how Esau feels about these, the so-called illegals and shit, as Esau would call them, the Northern Kingdom. Right? So this is how this thing is really about to go down. Right? Gangs, murders, like I said, they're squatting on people's houses. People are being robbed, all types of shit going on. All right? So it says, recent arrests made in the U.S. Customs and Border Protection in El Paso sector, which includes 2 West Texan counties and all of New Mexico, include individuals with a long list of violent crimes. Combined violent criminal histories of those arrested include child molestation, rape of a child, sexual assault of a child, aggravated assault, rape, murder, manufacture, trafficking of firearms and ammunition, and theft, and among others, right? So like we just read, these are all the spirits that were created for vengeance, man. You see? The Lord is setting this place up for destruction, man. Okay, it says many have tattoos of images of La Santa Marite, Salakia, if I pronounced it wrong. It says, or the Saint of Death, and other images of violence, death, and gang affiliations. Those who worship Santa Marite believe she brings I can't even pronounce that, Salakia, or the holiest death. You see, that's the spirit, man. Right? These spirits that were created for vengeance to bring forth judgment and death. You see, it says, and are reportedly involved in ritualistic killings, according to the FBI, the Center Square has reported. One recent arrest of an alleged Mexican gang assassin in El Paso was known for her extreme brutality, such as dismembering bodies, removing hearts, and placing the hearts in front of Santa Marite altars and statues. You see, man, this is heavy, right? Going back to what we saw, So these these illegals that they would call the illegal aliens, these Northern Kingdom, these niggas are crazy, man, and they're on that type of time. You see, this is why Esau is ready to pretty much go to war. This is how you know civil war is going to break out in this place, man. All right, so the judgment has been set. Let me get another scripture. All right, Matthew 24 and verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You see that? So, hey, it's a true, psychotic spirit that's out here, man. All right? Demons are on these people, man. People are losing their minds, and these crimes are only going to get worse. All right? That's why, I'm highlighting in this lesson here of the, pulling it back up, of the, this open border invasion and how, all of these Northern Kingdom, criminals and gangs are over here ready to enact violence against Americans. You see? This is why, going back to Biden's, open border invasion, this is all set up to bring chaos and disorder in the streets of America, man. Order out of chaos, man. This is all being purposely done. All right? And we all saw it coming from a mile away, man. This thing was set up for a bigger purpose, exactly what we're reading right now. You see? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city. Let me start up, Salakia. 2 Ezra 15 and 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? Because we're definitely in the time of what? Of a civil war breaking out, man. All right? It says, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings or princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And we're coming into a time of lawlessness, man. All right? It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's what's happening now, man. You know, criminals, gang leaders, right? You know, robbing people, breaking into homes, murdering people in the most brutal manner. Okay? Things are getting ready to go down here in the streets of America. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. There you go. Let me jump down the same chapter. Right? Same chapter, 2 Ezra 15. Okay, it says, woe be unto thee, 2 Ezra 15, verse 47, woe be unto thee, thou wretched, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore, saith the Most High, speaking about America, Babylon. Verse 49, the point, it says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right, these are the plagues that are plaguing America right now, man. All right, going back to this whole invasion, this immigration crisis. All right, these gangs that are coming from Central America, you know, that are setting up to take out Americans, man. This thing is gonna get ugly, man. You see that? You know, so just continue to watch out and see how this thing is gonna play out. All right. I want to make one more point too before I wrap it. I saw this too. Going into this article here, it says FBI arrests Idaho 18-year-old for violent plot to attack churches on behalf of ISIS. You see that? So shit is being brewed up. All right, let's play this video real quick. All right.
Yeah, John, the FBI is saying that they were able to arrest 18-year-old Alexander Mercurio before he could go on this killing rampage that he was allegedly planning to carry out in the name of ISIS. And look, the FBI is pointing to a series of messages that date back all the way to 2022 when they say they almost stumbled upon Alexander Mercurio on this online chat room as they were investigating a completely different issue related to cryptocurrency. But ultimately, as they continued to monitor the messages between who they later learned to be Mercurio, they noticed that he was expressing pro-ISIS views and was increasingly talking about carrying out actual acts of violence as he was becoming radicalized online. But a law enforcement official is telling CNN that these efforts to plan and carry out an actual attack.
And that's the narrative as well. You know, this guy, this Edomite became radicalized online. This is why, you know, as we've been talking about, them controlling the internet, you know, taking over these platforms, the whole thing about misinformation, disinformation, you know, this is what it's about.
Seemed to intensify after last month's attack in Moscow, the ISIS attack against a concert hall in Moscow that left over 140 people dead. They point to this video that was posted, allegedly posted, showing Mercurio swearing an oath of allegiance to ISIS, standing in front of an ISIS flag with what appears to be a knife. They also point to a series of messages, again, between someone who Mercurio thought could help him join ISIS overseas, but was actually working for the FBI. The first message, or one of the first messages, is from March 21st, 2024. It says, Mercurio types, I have motivation for nothing but fighting, like some kind of insatiable bloodlust for the life juice of these idolaters, a craving for mayhem and murder to terrorize those around me. I need some better weapons than knives. So a couple days later, on March 25th and 26th, Mercurio again messages the same person, allegedly, and seems to outline what his plan was to carry out this attack against churches in Idaho. He says the plan is basically this: equip the weapons and storm the temple, kill as many as possible possible before they inevitably disperse, scatter, then burn the temple to the ground and flee the scene, then move on to the next church, rinse and repeat for all 21 plus churches in the town until killed. So, the FBI is saying that Macario clearly making his intentions or stating his intentions in those messages. They said that he was planning to carry out this attack on April 7th, but again was taken into custody before that.
Right. So you see, and remember what Esau said, places that have large gatherings are on the, on the watch, churches, sports events. All right. So basically, as you see here, because the scriptures say we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, Esau is brewing up some major shit. So my point, just tying this all together, man, things are getting ready to happen, man. All right. Hey, we have to redeem the time, as the scriptures say, because the days are evil. All right. So, those that are in the spirit, we can clearly see what's going on real quick. This is Proverbs 22:3. And it reads, Proverbs 22:3, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. Right. We saw from Jump Street on how this whole immigration open border crisis was going to lead to. All right. It was going to lead to this. All right. The foreign soldiers in the land, the gangs, the criminals. All right. As we were reading in this article, ritualistic killings. All right. The worst type of criminals from Central America, man. Come on, man. All right. We understand what's about to go down. It says, Proverbs 22:3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Right. The ones that are simple, that are clueless, that are not seeing what's happening, man, you're going to get caught up in the chaos. You see? So, man, it's really about to go down, man. So, hey, I just wanted to put this out there, I pray that this quick lesson was informative and also edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Hey, Shalom.